Okay, so it's time for another musing from a dungeon master. This topic came up because I saw quite a few D&D videos where people talked about playing evil characters, and I'm going to put my 2 cents in it as an experienced DM. Now, as the DM, obviously, your word is law, your will is done. This is your world that you are creating for the enjoyment of your friends. And with that in mind, here are some few tips and tricks on how to have a player play an evil character smoothly. My first tip is no screwing the party. Let me explain on this one. Your evil character, they can plot with NPCs, plot with a villain to screw the party, but when push comes to shove, this is still a cooperative storytelling game, and you don't want to end all the fun for the entire group at the expense of one player. So, when the chips are down, your evil character still has a use for the party, so that he just remains, so that in a meta terms, he's just gonna see this quest through and continue to play D&D with their friends. And this second one is kind of a big one. Determine what your player considers evil. Determine what you as the DM determines as evil. And have lines that your player won't cross. For example, at my table, while I hate using this, but SA may be used as a backstory and motivation, we do not portray that at my table. That makes me uncomfortable, and that's going to make the majority of players uncomfortable. So while you can use that as motivation for why your character became evil, for example, you can, but that's not going to be, that's just like, for me, off the table. And as the DM, you obviously have a final say over what is and what isn't acceptable at your table, and you plan around that accordingly. Now, my next tip is that you only allow your experienced players to play an evil aligned character, or play what do they consider evil. Now, this one is a little more harder to pin down, but it's like this. You want to know the person that is intending to play an evil character, and you want to know that they're not going to just use that as an excuse to be disruptive. And see, there's a term from the Vampire the Masquerade groups calls the path of what I was going to do anyway. And it basically means that this player wanted to play a specific path of enlightenment as a means of not having to do humanity checks. And a good DM will enforce those checks for that path. And the same goes for an evil alignment character. You want to make sure that this player isn't just picking, say, chaotic neutral or lawful evil, neutral evil, chaotic evil as a path of what I'm going to do anyway. So say if I were to manage to get a brand new group started up because I haven't been able to actually DM a game in a long time. But if I were to find a brand new group to start up, I would not allow them to play an evil character, or heck, anything with a lower alignment than true neutral, until I get a read on these players. Because I don't know how they would handle that level of freedom. And make no mistake, I'm a DM who doesn't really push and enforce like alignment penalties if I don't have to. I mean, I'll let a lawful good character get away with a lot, so long as he can come up with an in-character justification for doing that. Now, granted, is like if a lawful good, like a paladin, does something horrific, I'm gonna be like, okay, you did what you did was necessary, but you're gonna have nightmares and you're gonna regret this a lot during your downtime until you find some way to repent for it. But that's the thing, you want to get a read on your players and make sure that they're going to follow the previous rules. They're not going to be disruptive. They're not going to hijack the game just to play out some sick fantasy. So when it all comes down to it, TTRPGs, D&D, VTM, Pathfinder, GURPS, all these other engines, they're there for you and your friends to have fun. And if you can trust your players to be able to, with that responsibility, to play an evil aligned character, yeah, let them do it, so long as everybody's having fun. But if you can't, you got to put your foot down as a DM. Okay, well, that's it for now. Until next time, take care. Peace.